2019. The year started off good. Nothing bad has happened. Okay, so some bad stuff has happened, but you look at the news and sometimes you find something of inspiration. I found something that was kind of funny for me because when I first started YouTube last year, I had a story coming up with a city manager throwing a tantrum over a certain item, and it seems that another person in an authoritative spot is doing the same thing. What's that item you're asking about? None other than cake. I'm the noob. I read this article, and once again, it makes me wonder, what the hell is wrong with adults and cake? So if you're anything like me, and you are in the working environment, every now and then you and a couple co-workers, maybe the whole department will get together and have basically a potluck. Someone will bring burgers, somebody will bring chips, someone's got plates and soda, and every now and then somebody will have cake. So imagine you are working in a medical environment full of nurses and doctors and so on. Y'all would probably have a potluck yourself, right? Now imagine you were late to the potluck and you missed out on your favorite item, be it the burgers, the chips, the drinks, the cake. Now, what would you or I do? Now, normally you'd go bummer and that'd be the end of it. But would you take it to HR? Now, the reason I ask that is because this whole story stems from a nurse missing out on the cake at a potluck. So instead of just getting over it, this nurse decides to file a safety issue with HR. Now, I'm not in the medical field, and I don't know if you are, but I know my department, we're really close-knit. So people will stick together. And when one person can cook one thing and one person can cook another, we don't get angry over it. If we miss out, we just get over it because we know next time. So you can imagine my thoughts on this, because this lady has decided to file a complaint in HR, making it official. Now, let me backtrack a little. So in this article I read, this nurse, who apparently was well known for making very good homemade scratch cakes, brought a cake into a potluck because she was asked by several of her fellow employees. Now, I bake a lot myself, so if someone asks me to cook for them, no, when I can, I do. So this lady brings in a cake, and during the potluck, it apparently gets eaten. One of the other nurses, who apparently was looking forward to this cake, arrived at the potluck late, noticed the cake was gone, and decided to basically cause an issue. The first thing she does is she goes to complain to the person who made the cake. She starts saying stuff like, "You should have saved me a slice, I was wanting this, blah blah blah," which that alone seems childish on its own. Now, the lady who made the cake said, "I'm sorry, but we ran out." And then she thought that was the end of it. Well, sometime later, this nurse, the nurse that cooked the cake, gets called into HR. Now, she doesn't know what's going on. She's not sure why she's being called, but she gets up there. It seems the nurse who missed out on the cake decided that since she could not have any cake, she was going to cause an issue for everyone else. She filed a safety issue with HR. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, that feels like an abuse of power. And now it even gets worse. In this report that she was given, the nurse that complained about the cake and stormed off earlier wrote in there that the lady who made the cake should have made twice as much cake and should have supervised the cake to make sure that everyone got a slice and there were spares in case somebody wanted seconds. Lady, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but she made it out of her own money, her own time, and she brought it to be nice. Who the hell do you think you are, abusing your power, wasting HR's time to do something this petty? Something so petty. The nurse who baked the cake decided to inform her manager that it will never happen again because she will, from now on, refuse to make cake and bring it in. Basically, one petty-ass person who missed out on something that wasn't theirs, wasn't guaranteed, decided that she was going to go and make a complaint through her job to basically get more free food, and instead lost cake for everybody. And apparently, from this article, a lot of people liked this nurse's cakes. Apparently she was really good at baking and everyone enjoyed it. So this one nurse has just cost the whole department something they have liked. This is one of those times where I use the word snowflake. I don't normally use that because people tend to throw it around, but this special snowflake decided that if I can't have it, no one else should be happy with it. And I'm going to get what I want, blah, blah, blah. Well, lady, because of you, you just fucked over other employees from having happiness. I'm sorry. If someone makes a good cake for me, I'm not going to bitch if I miss out. I'll be bummed, but I'm not going to take it to my job. This is kind of retarded because now I wonder what's going to happen. First of all, that whole department is going to know that that one nurse caused them to lose out on stuff. They'll probably even lose potluck if this keeps going on. So I highly hope it doesn't happen, but let's face it, she's going to get shunned. People aren't going to like being around her. She's going to lose friends and fellow co-workers. They're just going to put her at a distance. And not only that, it is setting a bad example. Someone took a personal issue and brought it to the organization. Now, me personally, if I worked in the HR of that hospital, I would reprimand the lady for wasting their time on something so petty that wasn't even related to the job. And she filed it underneath a safety issue. So I would make her explain where the safety issue is. Oh, it's not safe because you didn't get a slice of cake? Aw, too fucking bad. I hate to say it, folks. This is becoming too much of an issue. Too many people are not getting their way and they're crying and it's hurting other people. Lady, you are an adult. It is a slice of cake. Shut the fuck up. You want cake and you want to bitch about it? Take your ass out of that building, go down the street, go find a Starbucks, go buy a slice of cake. Go to your local grocery store, buy a whole cake for less than $20, and then it's all yours. Sorry, folks. At the end there, kind of got into a little bit of a rant. I don't like people like this. Because you didn't get your way, you're screwing someone else over. I don't know how old this nurse is. Part of me hopes she's of the younger generation, so then it makes sense to me. But if she's in the generation like myself, which means she's old enough to where she should know better, I don't know what to think about it. Either way, it is not right. Stop being snowflakes, people. Do you know why people like me call people like that snowflakes? They're pretty to look at, but they melt under pressure. Everyone, grow the fuck up, grow a backbone, and move on. Anyways, thank you for joining me. I know, a little bit of a rant, but it is a dumbass story and I needed to share about it. This is something that just was on my head and I had to talk about it. Anyways, I'm the Noob. I'll catch y'all later. See ya.